Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name's Andrea and I love the Pilates method. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're coming back, thank you so much for returning. Today I have another video in my collaboration series, The Struggle is Real. This is a collaboration with my Los Angeles colleague, Lesley Logan of Profitable Pilates. And we're gonna look at two exercises on the high chair and or the Wunda chair. This week we'll look at going up front. I'll be on the high chair and Lesley will be on the Wunda, and then we'll do the same thing next week with going up side. Again, I'll be on the high chair and Lesley will be on the Wunda chair. I will include links to Lesley's videos as well, so you can see the differences and similarities between these same exercises done on two different pieces of apparatus. And this is a personal love-hate relationship set of exercises for me, going up front and going up side. And so I have a way that I like to do them for my body. You may have learned that on the high chair, the springs will never ever get changed. And I'm just gonna say that in my studio, I change them for specific reasons, and I also change them back. And if you're in someone else's studio, that is a very important step to remember, that once you change the springs, you should replace them as you found them, just so that whoever comes to the high chair next, they can make a decision for their own spring setting, or they can use the standard, and they don't have to worry that something's going on under there that they don't know about. So here's what happens when I do going up front. I'm petite, so I use this 2x4 as a cunha or a wedge. So I place it under the pedal, basically so that the pedal can't go down as far, because I'm a little bit tight in my hips and my low back. And so I can find much more squarage and what I need to use in my box of the trunk when the pedal doesn't go down all the way. And this is a little bit of a just for now. I mean, granted, I probably am not going to grow anymore to be 6 feet tall. Sad. But I suspect as I become more flexible and more proficient, perhaps it'll be challenging to not have the cunha there, but it will still be possible. Perhaps. And the other change that I'm going to make, the spring setting that's generally on the high chair is one top spring plus one bottom spring. And for me, that's a little too much. It kind of pushes me around and I don't really have to do very much. So usually I have one spring on, because that makes me have to elicit the lift and work a lot harder to find what I need to find in this exercise. So right now I think I have it on 2 on the bottom, and I'm going to change it to 1 on the top. Okay, and so I had been doing this exercise on 1 top spring plus 1 bottom spring, the standard, for a while, and it was Jay Grimes who suggested that I just use 1 spring so that that spring doesn't push me around too much. And of course, when he suggests something very specific, I always want him to tell me even more, and I know he would rather me figure it out and think for myself. And so I asked him, you know, of the 1 springs, which one top or 1 low? And you know, he wanted me to really figure it out, and so he gave me that very communicative Jay Grimes shrug, which is kind of like, you know, maybe you should investigate, see which one. And 1 top spring, it is, you really wouldn't want any less than that, especially if it's hard to lift the pedal, because that is a challenging spring setting. So we're going to see how I do. Okay, so I'm going to hold on to the high chair handles, press the pedal down, and I'm going to have just a tiny little V of my feet with the ball of my foot back toward the back edge of the pedal. And then I'm going to place my foot along the rung and with my knee against the back of the chair. And sometimes just getting into this position can kind of make you sort of compensate a little bit if you're tight. So sometimes it's nice to be back a little bit over that bottom foot and square yourself right where you are, so that then you're just going to move the whole show toward the back of the chair, and it probably will feel different than if you just kind of sucked yourself in there originally. Okay, and then I'm going to hold on for right now, and I'm holding my hands just like they would be on the foot bar. So my thumbs are with my fingers, maybe you can see up there. And I'm going to use the grip of my fingers, especially my pinky finger, to connect into my back, so that eventually, when I don't have the luxury of holding on to anything, eventually, this is going to be really active. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to press down into my feet, and I'm going to lift my bottom, my waistline, my powerhouse all the way up to my hands to pick the pedal up. And then I'm going to keep lifting the top of me and reluctantly send that pedal down and away. And now with the pedal down, I'm going to keep everything lifting and reach the heel down for even more of a hip / back stretch. And then I'm going to press into the ball of my foot and lift my heel up. And I'm going to do 2 more. And then don't go anywhere when the heel goes reaching down. You go up. And 1 more time. And then I'm going to hold on to switch sides. Square myself out from the chair, and then keep everything the same as I go in. And then gather your powerhouse, press into your feet and lift. And as you get more proficient, you can certainly reach one arm or both arms up. And I kind of feel like it'd be nice on this part. Oh yeah, that's a really good stretch with that nice reach. See, I don't go up quite as far if I don't use my hands. That's interesting. And then I'm going to hold on so that as I get off the high chair, I am not getting flung by the pedal and I'm controlling the pedal up. So I can kind of go back and forth between 1 spring on the top and 2 springs on the bottom. Those are really good spring settings for me for this exercise. And I feel like this is a great exercise that's fundamental yet very hard to master. But I feel like it does so much for us, and it really behooves us, especially those of us that are a little bit different side to side. It's a great exercise to master. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about exercises or elements of this exercise that I did not mention, please leave me a question below. I'm happy to answer any of your comments or questions. And thank you so much. I will see you next time. Bye.